Sierra Papa 5 Zulu Bravo Alpha. Go ahead with questions. Say again the first question. Over. The first question is, what do we eat? We eat a lot of food that is packaged in packages and already can stay for a long time. It's preserved for a long time. Or we have to rehydrate it. So we eat water and then it's great food. It's all a little bit boring to eat the same thing all the time, but it's food. We come to space for other reasons. Over. How do we return our functions, and what's the biggest one? The biggest thing that can happen is if we lose our ability to cool the instruments and the equipment that helps the space station run. And all that cooling happens outside the space station. So sometimes we have to go out and, if that cooling breaks, we'd have to go out and change the pump, just like they did this past summer. So we do that during a spacewalk. Over. A UFO yet, and I think we might have missed some Makalaj's question, how many people are here and how many can be here. We could have a lot of people here. I would say about 15 when a shuttle mission comes, but usually we have 6 people on board the ISS. Right now only 3 because the yesterday. Over. As yet, I like to play music. I play the flute. And I think maybe today on YouTube you can find a video that I made for St. Patrick's Day. I have some Irish flutes here in space with me. Over. Alessandra, we can see the same planets that you can see, but maybe just a little bit brighter. I forget which ones we can see right now, but they're very bright in the sky, and I love to look out. It's a very important question. You know, we, down on the Earth, the plants help us recycle our air, but up here we have some filters, and what they do is they take out the carbon dioxide that we make when we breathe. When we breathe out, carbon dioxide comes out too, and we have filters that take that out of the air, and then it's easier for us to breathe. Scientist first. I'm a chemist and I love what I do in the laboratory, but I also like a little bit of adventure, and I believe that we should be exploring the universe. So that's why I chose the astronaut job. Over. Well, Piotr, I'm in the Air Force, but I don't know anything about Area 51. I think it's really interesting for us to think about what other kinds of people and beings are out in the universe, and I think we should go find them. So study hard in school so that you can be part of the team that goes and finds them. Over. Rosa, I have a sleeping bag, and it's tied to the wall so that I don't float around the space station at night, and I have a little cabin about as big as my sleeping bag that I sleep in. Over. The ISS is about the inside of 2 very large airplanes, like 2 747s. So inside it's very big, but we're in compartments, almost like train cars, one after the other. Over. Well, there has to be a toilet because we have to go to the bathroom, just like you. And in fact, when the toilet breaks, it becomes a very bad situation because we know we have to store that waste somewhere. So we take very good care of the toilet. It really is very comfortable. I love floating around. I love learning to work in a microgravity environment. And there's really nothing bad about being in space. It's great. Over. when it's my turn to come home. Over. Alessandra, I love to look at the Earth. I like to look at the horizon so I see the curve of the Earth and I remember I'm in a spaceship. And I love to look down and I can see so much about what's going on at the Earth. I feel very curious. Over. One of the ways is to learn everything I can about my job, and I think that you're doing that right now by asking questions of people like me, and I think it's great that you are very curious. Also, we practice all of the things that we might have to do if there's an emergency, and that's really important training. Over. Yes, on the Earth, it's a little difficult because they're usually very heavy. For the space shuttle, our suits and our parachutes weigh about 40 kilograms, and a little bit less for the Russian suit. And so it's heavy on the Earth, but in space it's no problem. But really, in the space station, we just wear regular clothes. Over. Alessandra, sometimes I have great responsibility to, maybe, for example, catching the Japanese supply ship with the robotic arm. And, I can be worried that I will make a mistake and I will, not catch the Japanese supply ship, and everyone will think that was very bad.